Dear Jewel, I left you with a few things to always hold on to. Loyalty, elusiveness, and brute force. If you remember these lessons, you will survive. If anyone can, it's you. Love you always, Dad.
Xbox One S, starting at $299.
If you miss the days where games like Diablo or Baldur's Gate reign supreme in the PC world, fear not, because indie developer ThinkTrunk is bringing us all back to the 90s with their upcoming series entitled Return to Games. 7 games are planned for the series, each completely different from the last, but with their 90s PC game inspiration being the connective tissue that holds them all together. The first game in the series is called Book of Demons, a card-based hack-and-slash through the depths of hell. The game itself is heavily inspired by old PC dungeon crawlers, but there are enough modern touches that make it feel refreshing to play. In a genre where almost every other game is trying to emulate the success of Diablo, it's nice to see a game that comes along and tries to do something a little bit different. The art style alone is worth mentioning, with its papercraft theme encompassing almost every part of the game. Characters, items, buildings, and even the UI are cleverly designed in a pop-up book style, which the game dubs the Paperverse. The environments have a satisfying depth to them, and the unique presentation of the game saves it from any immediate comparisons to Diablo or Torchlight, because at the very least, nothing looks quite like it. Jumping right into the game, you'll notice that you'll be able to choose the length of your journey. The game's levels are procedurally generated, so if you're short on time, you can finish an area in about 5 minutes. But if you've got the whole weekend to play, you can expand it to 10, 15 minutes, or even longer if you want. But one thing that is immediately apparent when you start the game, regardless of the length of the quest you choose, is that your character is on a fixed path. You can move throughout the dungeons on your own, but only on the lane that the game designates for you. This may sound like a terrible decision, as most people play dungeon crawlers for the adventuring aspect, but it allows the game to get creative with how it presents enemies to you. Attacking monsters only takes a single click of the mouse, but when facing a large number of them, you won't be able to just run in guns blazing. You'll need to be methodical about who you take out and when, lest you get blindsided by a couple of fireballs. Thankfully, the game has a fairly robust card-based skill system, so you'll always have the right tools to vanquish your foes. And trust me, there's no shortage of enemies in this game. The deeper and deeper you dive into the dungeons, the more numerous and more dangerous they become. And even though the game eases you into learning each one of their attacks and how to counter them, it's still quite a challenge when you're dealing with a room full of monsters all at once. And it all culminates in each level's boss battles, which are really the stars of the show. Simple but layered in complexity, bosses will test your abilities to multitask. You'll have to manage numerous enemies, magical spells, and various different attack phases in order to defeat them. It's a satisfying experience from one end of the dungeon to the other, and with 3 different classes to try out, it'll surely keep players busy for a while. Book of Demons is bound to entice newcomers to the genre, as well as longtime action RPG fans who have been longing for a different kind of dungeon crawler. The classic gameplay, combined with a fresh visual look and a variable difficulty setting, promises to appeal to both ends of the spectrum. The game will be released on Steam's early access platform starting July 28th, and although developer ThinkTrunk does plan on making 6 more games in the same vein as Book of Demons, it's no doubt that they're off to a great start. Do you think Book of Demons and the Return to Games series could be a start of something big? Tell me what you think of the game in the comments below, and consider subscribing to GameSpot for more coverage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.